Days of Future Past. A middle-aged woman searches for Logan in the abandoned streets of New York City. This woman is Kate Pryde Rasputin, the adult version of Kitty Pryde, and she wears an inhibitor collar around her neck, which prevents her from using her powers. A trapdoor snags her, and she's confronted by these people called rogues, and they hate mutants. They tell her she's gonna die, but she fights them off, and Logan shows up to help. But he does so without using his claws at all because he doesn't want to leave the Sentinels any evidence that Wolverine is back in town. They're on a mission. Logan gives Kate a jammer that she's meant to smuggle with her back into her internment camp, where she lives, and after that, phase 2 of the mission can begin. So she heads back to the mutant internment camp where the Sentinels are expecting her, and at the entrance are all these gravestones of a bunch of mutants and allies who have been killed by the Sentinels. She meets up with Aurora, Franklin Richards, his wife Rachel, and Pyotr Rasputin, who's her husband now. And Magneto's also there, and apparently they need to execute their plan tonight, because tomorrow the remaining powers of the world are going to nuke North America. Pyotr wants a moment alone with his wife before the plan goes down, and he tells her he's concerned about them messing with the fabric of time. What if they don't fall in love again in this new reality they're about to create? And Kate's like, they killed our babies. Any other reality we create has got to be better than this one. Franklin sets up the inhibitor collar neutralizer and inserts the jammer, and with their powers operational, they can take off their collars. This allows Rachel to send Kate Pryde's consciousness back on a trip through time, back to 1980, where Kitty Pryde has once again found herself inside the danger room where she doesn't belong. She isn't skilled enough to train with the other X-Men, and when she gets rattled, she can't control her phasing abilities. So they all try to protect Kitty, but Kurt actually teleports to the panic button and shuts the room off. And she's still freaked out by his blueness, by the way. Anyway, now it's actually Kitty's turn in the danger room on beginner mode. All she's got to do is walk across the room while all this shit is flying at her, and she just makes herself untouchable, and she's fine. She does the whole thing with her eyes closed, and she can even walk on air molecules in this state, which means that trapdoors can't trap her. They're all proud of her, and she's proud of herself, and then bang, she gets hit with the psychic energy transfer and collapses. And when she gets up, she's the older, wiser Kate Pryde Rasputin. She's so happy to see Kurt, because in her timeline he's dead, and everyone's like, she's terrified of Kurt, why is she hugging him? Then she sees the rest of them and starts explaining, I'm from the future. Today, Halloween of 1980, the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants will assassinate presidential candidate Robert Kelly, and that assassination sets off a chain reaction of events, an anti-mutant president being elected to office, the Sentinels being reactivated with an open-ended program that set them out to kill mutants and superpowered humans alike, and all those countries that are getting ready to nuke North America tomorrow in Kate's timeline. So they gotta stop that. So they go to Washington. Luckily, Professor Xavier's there, and they can have him mind scan Kate to make sure she's telling the truth when they get there. Meanwhile, in the future, the X-Men are running through tunnels carrying Kate's body, being attacked by Sentinels. Franklin Richards is vaporized by a Sentinel, and Rachel feels his death psychically in her mind. They fight well and get away. Back in 1980, Raven Darkholme / Mystique is working at the Pentagon and has assembled her Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. It's Blob, Pyro, Avalanche, and Destiny, and they're preparing to kill Senator Kelly. He's at the US Senate trying to impose a Mutant Registration Act, and Xavier and Moira are there because they're a world-renowned geneticist and a Nobel Prize winner. That's when Xavier sees the X-Men are here, so he enters Storm's mind to ask her what's wrong. He mind scans her and goes pale. Avalanche starts collapsing the walls around the Senate, and the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants step in to stop this mutant registration deliberation. But thanks to Kate, the X-Men are there too.